For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Chris Richardson Show. Currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, guys had a tough week last week going against Charleston and West Virginia State. But talk about what you learned from last week battling some of the top teams in this conference.
Yeah, Zach. I mean, it's kind of been the last several weeks, right? And we've talked about it before. There's no off nights in the Mountain East. Just look at our 6 days last week. Sunday we played the first place team in the league at the time, West Liberty. They put it on us. I mean, they whipped us. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They dominated. Wednesday we go to Charleston, right, who was the second place team in the league, and they pulled away late. They got off to a good start. We rallied back, and then they made the plays to finish the game. Then Saturday we play West Virginia State, who went into the week as the third place team. So we played three best teams in the league in terms of the conference standings last week. By the end of the week, the conference standings are all shuffled around. So tough week. We have played the hardest schedule in the Atlantic region, if you look at the numbers, and we're not going to hide from that. But we got to get better from it. We got to use it as an opportunity to learn and grow, and put the lessons that we've learned, into practice as we go down the stretch run here in February. And so that's what we intend to do this week.
And looking at the end of that West Virginia State game, your guys battled hard throughout the night. You guys really gave them a fight. We're all together. Talk about the battle your team showed.
Yeah, I thought that's a great point. I thought the second half especially, probably the most together we've been in a while. And when you're losing games, it's easy to break apart. And I'm going to give our guys credit. Like, they have not done that. And if anything, we've grown closer together. And the second half of that West Virginia State game was a real example of that. We just did not make enough plays down the stretch. We missed some crucial layups, and we gave up some good looks to them that we got to make it a little harder on them on the other end. So competed our tails off and battled back. Just did not make enough plays down the stretch, and that's what we've been working on this week is finishing games.
And a guy who really sparked you in that game, T. Harris, came out strong to start the game, came out strong again in the second half. Talk about him and kind of what he brought to the table.
Yeah, Kevin went down with an injury last week in practice. Kevin Coleman, who's been really good for us, and T was kind of the next man up. And he's a freshman, but by the time you get to February, your freshman year, and you've got as many minutes as he has under his belt, you're really not a freshman anymore. And he's starting to really show that, playing with a ton of confidence. We need him to make shots. He can make shots. But he's really, really good at making plays without the ball. He can create a lot of his own offense by running hard, running the floor, hitting the boards, and he's done a really good job at that. I thought it was huge to get him a couple baskets early. He got off to a good start, and I think that just helped his confidence even more. So really excited about what he's going to do for us down the stretch and in the years to come. He's going to be a really good player.
And you mentioned the strength of schedule you guys had, toughest in the region, playing so many tough teams throughout the season. How does that help you for this final month stretch run as you guys are now pushing for the tournament spot? You
really learn what it takes to win. It's a loose ball here. It's a block out there. It's an extra pass, could be in the first half that if you make it and you make the shot, helps you at the end of the game. And then you obviously had to finish the last 8-10 minutes of the game. Like I said, that's what we've been working on all this week. But what I learned is we're really close to being a really good team. The record says otherwise. But I got all the confidence in the world in our team and their ability and their togetherness. We can't wait to show that, down the stretch run here.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, throughout February, you guys are home a lot. You have some big events coming up. I'm sure we'll talk about Haywood Highsmith's jersey retirement here a little more next week. But talk about this home stretch and kind of how that's going to help you guys.
Yeah, we love playing at home. Our crowds have been great. They've been enthusiastic. They've been into the game, and our team has really fed off that energy. That was a big part of our run in the second half the other day. Got down, I think, 15-16 and came roaring back, got it to 1. Just needed a couple more stops, but the crowd was right there with us the whole game. And we know we're going to have a good crowd and good energy in the building every time we take the floor in the McDonough Center. And never is that more important than tomorrow night at home against West Virginia Wesleyan.
And talk about this matchup. West Virginia Wesleyan coming in, a team you played earlier this year, got a win on the road. What do you learn from that first matchup that you bring into the second time around?
You learn some more tendencies, some personnel. We were lucky to go down there and win. We made shots that game. We shared the ball. We did not guard very well, so we got to be way better defensively tomorrow night because they're playing a high level right now. They went and won by almost 20 at Frostburg, basket away from getting Salem on the road last week and a free throw away from getting Notre Dame. So they're going to come in with a ton of confidence. They got some guys back at semester, and so we got to come in tomorrow night ready to go, especially on the defensive end because they're ultra talented offensively. They got guys that can make shots. guys that can drive the ball. And then we got to take care of the ball, make sure we're getting good shots every possession too.
And finally, as you come down this stretch, talk about some of the things your team needs to do to ensure that they get back to West Banco.
Just finish games. We're in every game. West Liberty game aside, like we're basically in every game. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be guys getting foul trouble. There's going to be moments of adversity that we have to respond, not just respond to, but really attack. Attack those moments when they come, and then attack the last 10 minutes of the game. Finish possessions. Don't give up offensive rebounds. Our first shot field goal percentage against Notre Dame was like 40% on the dot, right? But they got 19 offensive rebounds. That's why they beat us. So finish possessions like that. Get great shots every time. Bad shots will beat you quicker than anything. When we run our offense, we're really, really efficient. And so continue to have the discipline to run our offense, know that that's going to put us where we need to be from a scoring standpoint, and then clean it up on the other end. Finish possessions, and that'll help us finish games.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck tomorrow. Good luck on Saturday. We can't wait to see you out there.
Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.